Hello. So the idea for this video came about a couple weeks ago as of writing this script where something interesting happened. So get this, I'm in a match of just a 2v2, I get headshotted by a sniper and I'm spectating my teammate. The enemy team had planted the bomb at B, and instead of going to the bomb site to defuse it, he just goes to A and just stands there. And like, what was he hoping to accomplish? It's not like he thought it was at A because the game clearly tells you where the bomb was planted, and even if it didn't, he had more than enough time to go to the other bomb site. And he was only level 1, so I'll give him a little bit of slack, but like, what were you doing, man? Anyways, this is the Amateur's Guide to Bombline. Let's get started. In short, Bombline is like Counter-Strike but faster paced, has randomized loadouts, and doesn't have a competitive skin market. Good lord. If you don't know what Counter-Strike is, it's like Bombline but slower paced, you can pick your loadouts, and none of the platform with shirts and pants. It basically goes like this. 2 teams. One is in charge of planting the bomb, the other's in charge of defusing it. The round ends when all members of one team are eliminated, the bomb is defused or detonates, or time runs out. On rounds 1, 4, and 7, the roles are switched, and you can choose from 1 to 3 perks, which I'll get into later. Games are best of 6. On to the controls first. Left click to shoot, right click to aim down sights. The middle mouse button is used to mark whatever your cursor is aimed at and to show it to your team. Use it to mark your enemies and the bomb. If you don't have a middle mouse button, then tough shit, I guess. Use number keys 1 through 5 to switch between your equipment, and press Q to cycle between your 2 last held items. You can also press F to inspect your weapon, but not all of them have an animation for some reason. Now onto the general gameplay. As I said before, plant or defuse the bomb depending on what your task is. The bomb must be planted at one of 2 marked bomb sites found throughout the map. Each match is 2 minutes long. If the bomb is planted, it'll override the time and will detonate in 45 seconds and take 6 seconds to defuse. If your job is to plant the bomb or the bomb carrier will always be highlighted so you can keep track of them. Also make sure to actually pick up the bomb. I've seen some games where the enemy team just didn't pick it up and lost because of that. Once you plant the bomb, or hear this,
we have planted the bomb at bomb site B. Defend it from being tampered with.
Protect it at all costs. Kill any remaining enemies who approach it, or at the very least, delay the enemy long enough so that it detonates. When on the defusing side, your job is to protect the bomb sites. The moment you hear,
the bomb has been planted at bomb site B. Defuse the bomb.
Safely get over there and defuse it, eliminating enemies as needed. I don't want to see any of you slacking when the bomb has been planted. Get your ass over there. If I see you slacking off, I will smack you. And Item Asylum. Keep in mind that this will be marked both on the minimap and in the actual map. When you hear this,
you are the last man standing. You must complete the mission alone.
You're on your own, and your team is watching. Don't let them down. The bomb is also nice enough to tell you when it's about to blow up. The announcer very clearly tells you what to do and what's happening. It is impossible to ignore her unless if you're playing without sound, which like, why would you do that? Like I said before, loadouts are randomized. Sometimes you'll get a good one, sometimes you'll get a bad one. It's just a fact of life. You'll always get a primary, a secondary, a knife, and a lethal and non-lethal throwable. Your knife is just your knife. Nothing special unless if you have one of its special skins, which I really wish I could still get. I mean, it'd be really nice if I could get the pixel one. I really like the look of that one, but I can't fucking get it. Holding it will also make you run faster. You'll always get a primary and a secondary ranged weapon. Sometimes guns will have different attachments or ammo setups. Here's a few examples. The Supernova will have regular buckshot, but will sometimes have slugs or dragon's breath, which I think might be a war crime, but I'm not going to question it. The Spaz 12 is a bit different, where it'll be semi-auto by default and also with the stock folder, which is annoying, but will fire pump action with slugs. Other times it'll just be a different optic. Sometimes the AWM will be given iron sights, which I think defeats the purpose of having a sniper in the first place, but I've had some good play with it. Speaking of snipers, there will be scope glint when you're aiming so you're not unseen. Sometimes guns will have a thermal sight, which is good for seeing through smoke. Sometimes you'll get a suppressor, and always get one on the VSS and the Delisle, and I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. Sometimes you'll get a red dot or an EOTech in place of iron sights. Sometimes you'll just get an extended magazine. Sometimes you'll get a riot shield as your primary, which I suck ass at, but I've seen a good few plays with it by others. It'll also protect your back when you're not holding it. Sometimes you'll get a crossbow, and one of the variants is a gas arrow, which is most certainly a war crime, like holy fuck. Sometimes you'll get an RPG, which is really fun, but keep in mind that you can't hip fire it and you can blow yourself up. Keep in mind that any weapon can be viable. Just because I suck at the crossbow doesn't mean everyone else does. Play into your gun's strengths. Obviously you're not going to be hitting long shots with the MP7, nor will you be clearing rooms with an M82. I mean, unless if you really want to. I won't stop you. I'm just a voice coming from whatever device you're watching this on. Personal favorites of mine are the MP5, especially with the drum mag, so I can do this. Yeah! The M249, I think you can see a pattern here, and the M4 family, but that might just be my bias towards the platform. I also like the full auto deagle solely because your wrist surely won't be attacked after using it. On a side note, I would love to see the Chris Vector in the game. I really need to complete my Excuse Say Arknights cosplay I do sometimes.
Apple pie!
Now into the utilities. You'll get one lethal and one non-lethal. Going to the lethals first. The frag grenade is just your average frag grenade. Throw it and it explodes, dealing damage. The adhesive is similar to the frag, but it'll stick to surfaces and people, including riot shields. The firebomb is just your average Molotov and can be great for area denial. The throwing knife is the only one without an AoE, but god, getting a kill with it feels so good. You can also pick it up after throwing it. Bounce grenades off of walls and surfaces to get into areas you can't throw straight into. Just make sure you don't do this. Now into the non-lethals. First is a smoke grenade, which just creates a smoke screen that'll obscure you and anyone else in it. Keep in mind the thermals can see right through them. Up next is the flashbang, which will blind any enemies caught in its range and you if you're close enough. People who are flashed will look like this. The decoy grenade will mimic gunfire sounds and show up on the enemy's minimap. Use it as a diversion or to lure people in for an ambush. The recon grenade will scan the area and highlight any enemies in its vicinity, including through walls. You will know if you've been spotted by it. Now onto the perks. There's a total of 9 perks in the game, and you can have at most 3. Adrenaline will activate rapid health regeneration and a 2-second speed boost upon killing a player. Espionage will negate recon grenades and thermals, and you won't show up at enemies' minimaps when you're shooting. Awareness will have a yellow border appear on your screen when you're in an enemy's direct line of sight. Supplier will increase your reserve ammo and replenish your throwables 25 seconds after using them. Stalker, no not that one, will let you see recent enemy footsteps and your kills do not produce markers. Lightweight will make your footsteps silent. Keep in mind your jumps and slides are still audible. Rusher increases your movement speed. Articulation increases your reload and equip speed, as well as let you reload while sprinting. And finally, Flak Jacket reduces take and explosion and fire damage. And people will get mad at you for using it. Sometimes a special round will happen and it will tell you as such. Increased time to kill, decreased time to kill, snipers only, and knives only are quite self-explanatory. Sticks and stones will only give you crossbows, knives, and a flashbang. In explosive corpses, dead players will drop a frag upon death. One for all gives everyone the same loadout. Some more general tips. Learn the layout of the map so you won't get lost like I did here. Slides will be longer when going down a slope or stairs and shorter when going up.
It's me falling down the stairs.
When someone rage quits, it'll announce it to the entire server, and if you cause someone to do it, then you'll get this calling card. And there you go. Now you know how to play BOMBLINE. I hope you found this guide helpful, and if you want to see more videos from me, then feel free to subscribe. I'm thinking of perhaps making a more in-depth guide on the weapons in this game, or maybe just focus on the different classes, but I have no idea when I'll get that video out. With that said, thanks for watching. That's all I got.
I can't see the end of the horizon! Hatsune Miku!